Hi, anybody. Welcome into my channel, Jay's Bucket. I'm Jay, and as always, I got my building buddy Jay hanging out here with me whenever I'm down here in the Lego room. Now, this is a weekly podcast that I've started doing. I call it Bucket Life. And today's episode is number 10, and this one I'm calling What is Friendship? But here on my channel, I generally do Lego live builds. I do them every single Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And now since we've hit that 500 sub mark, a huge thank you to everybody out there. Really appreciate that. We've added in another during the week set of live builds, either on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday. And I really desperately need a name for those. But yeah, we're gonna be streaming a little bit more here on Jay's Bucket, so that's lots of fun. If you're enjoying these podcasts, I'd really appreciate it if you'd smash that like button, throw some comments down in this one, especially for the Q&A section, and subscribe if you're new here. So we are here. We got the calendar. We are 0110 today, so we're January 10th when this is gonna drop. My thoughts for this week are that I've already missed that first gift with purchase. FOMO is it's a real thing, but I've really tried lately to not deal with FOMO too much. There are lots of reasons to have a fear of missing out, but you can't grab every single Lego set that's out there, and it's something you really just gotta kind of come to grips with, because I'm still struggling on which sets to buy from this January 1st release. But yeah, that's a whole other story. But you know what? We're gonna move into this week's weekly shout out, and this one is going to one and the only Buck Daniel. I really appreciate Buck Daniel being here. He's been here for a while now. Man, I can't believe I've been streaming for going on 2 years now, and I think Buck Daniel's been here for about a year and a half at least. I believe he came in mostly from when I started doing those Leafs game day reminders or game night reminders. Those were a lot of fun. Sometimes I miss doing those, but they were a lot of anxiety almost inducing for like me and the whole family, because I had to really get to those like a lot. 82 games this season, it was a lot to try and keep up with, and I really felt anxious whenever I think I might miss one. But yeah, huge Leafs fan. Go Leafs, go in the chat all the time. Big Dolphins fan as well, a big NFL fan. One thing that really stands out with Buck Daniel is he always comes and says hi, even if he's watching football. He'll always come in and be like, "Hey, I'll be lurking. Football's on." Like that. That's really cool. I really appreciate the fact that he comes and says hi, and I don't know, maybe just leaves the stream on and doesn't pay attention and is watching football. But although even sometimes when he says that, he's still halfway through a build, he'll still chime in and say something. So I really appreciate that. And he's I think he's kind of become friends with Scott on the stream, because they're big football fans, and they kind of go back and forth on what's going on with football sometimes. I personally have lost touch with the NFL. I used to follow it probably 10-15 years ago, but not anymore. And so I think it's great that he comes in, and especially just at least says hi even when football's on. So Buck Daniel, I really appreciate you being here. You've been a loyal viewer for a while, so this weekly shout out is definitely going out to you. So thanks again for being here. All right, let's go on to the Studtastic Voyage. We had actually 4 new people join the map. The Studtastic Voyage is where I basically want to showcase people that are getting themselves on the map. I love this Lego map. 1, it makes a great backdrop, and 2, I love the fact that we're tracking. No, not tracking. That sounds like a bad word, but we're putting viewers up on the map. We're recognizing people that are on here. So I think that's pretty neat. So we're gonna start today. We got Brick Maniac, who joined in. I believe it was during the weekday stream, but we got another blue stud in Manitoba. That's now 2 blue studs in Manitoba, so that's pretty cool. And they were back-to-back weeks as well, so I thought that was pretty neat. We also got JDP Builds. He came in, was hanging out for a little bit before he went on the highway there, and he wanted an oil black stud right in the middle of Alberta, so I thought that was pretty neat. I believe he's a truck driver. He drives the big rigs, and I only know that from watching some of his streams sometimes, so there you go. That was pretty neat that he came on and got a stud. We had Monica, and Monica Pierce came in, and she ended up getting a gray stud because she ended up, I think she came in, started watching for a little bit, and then possibly had to leave for something, but we didn't get a color from her. So whenever we don't receive a color but we get the location, I have to give you a gray stud because I don't know what to do. So we got a gray stud in London there. I thought that was really neat. And then our last one, you know what? These were all during that weekday stream. That's pretty cool. We had Quick EXE. He got a red stud over here in the east coast of Canada. Quick is someone I know personally, and I thought it was really neat that he came on and joined my stream there for a little while. Quick actually streams over on Twitch, and he does a bunch of video game streams. So if you're into watching video game streams, he's lots of fun. Quick EXE on Twitch if you want to go and check him out. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I really enjoy the Studtastic Voyage. I think it's kind of one of my favorite things to do. I don't like repeating the fact that, oh hey, you can get yourself on the map multiple times during a stream, but I really enjoy watching the amount of studs that we put on here. Water break for George. But yeah, I would love if we could get some more. I'd love to get some Southern American viewers in here. We got one in Africa. I'd love to start filling that up. And we got some huge areas over here that we could start filling up. So yeah, there we go. The Studtastic Voyage, lots of fun. Really like it. All right, let's move on over to what we call New Bricks in the Bucket. I have somewhat of an announcement for New Bricks in the Bucket. I finally, not 100% completed, but I'm gonna guess I got one of my Life on Mars sets to about 98% complete, and another one of my Life on Mars sets to probably 95% complete. And I am really excited for this. These are my favorite themes like ever. I know I always struggled with picking a favorite theme, but I can't help but knowing that these are my favorite theme. When I was a kid, I had these Life on Mars sets, and they're these little funny looking aliens, and then they're normal looking minifigure astronauts, but it's basically the two worlds colliding of astronauts and aliens. And the aliens had these crazy looking mechs, and the astronauts had awesome spaceships. And man, I really miss those sets. I literally kept these sets built, and I put them separately from all my Lego for the longest time. Like, I'm talking probably 10, 15 plus years. Eventually, they ended up in the other bin with all the Lego that my kids ended up playing with, and they got taken apart, destroyed essentially. And now, back in my 30s, here I am trying to piece back these Life on Mars sets together. And I'm so excited that I pretty much have almost complete sets of these. They are not going to be 100% complete. I just have to come to terms that they're not going to be 100% complete. But I think those two sets that I've got so far are complete enough to live build. What I'm still going to do with them is one day here go through and actually build them and see what they look like with the pieces that I have kind of confirmed on them. And if I think they look decent enough to live build, we are going to be live building them at some point here. Really excited for that. I've got 2 more sets that I know for sure I had when I was a kid. I'm probably like 20% complete one, and I haven't even started the other one. So really excited for those. I can't wait to actually see what they look like again. You know what's really funny too is these are sets like back from the 90s, maybe 2000s. I'm not 100% sure. It'd be very early 2000s if it was. probably more like late 90s. The pieces of the grays and mostly the grays, it's funny, like I could almost pick out these gray pieces because they're a slightly different shade. Yes, it's the grays. It's the dark gray and the light gray. That's why I'm getting. I thought there might be another color. It's the dark gray and the light gray. They are such a different shade of old looking Lego that it was either, I was thinking in my head, it's either going to be impossible to find, the right shade and get the actual right pieces that were from this set, and not like a new light gray piece compared to an old light gray piece. But then as I started rummaging through all the gray pieces and whatnot, it was so easy to be like, that's one, that's one, that's one, that's one. It was just crazy how easily I could pick out the different shades of the gray just because they looked so old. And we're talking like, so if that was like late 90s, early 2000s, like we're 25 years ago. So I'm sure Lego went through a transition of where their grays changed, or maybe it's just a combination of being old Lego, probably a little sun-beaten over the years and whatnot. But it's just, I thought it was really kind of funny how different the gray from back then to the gray now looks, and how easily it was to actually kind of find some of these pieces once I had my Lego properly sorted and not sorted by just color. Now I've got all my Lego sorted by piece, although there is quite a few pieces that are like, some are like still 10, 15 similar type pieces sorted in one single bin, but I've definitely got it a lot more organized than what I was. I've got all my childhood Lego organized, literally all of it, maybe like a little tiny section. There's like one small bin I had that I haven't quite done, but pretty much I'm considering it complete. And yeah, so I'm really excited to get some of these Life on Mars sets kind of confirmed. I've got the pieces separated, but I still want to confirm what they look like and to start live building these ones. So excited for that. Can't wait for it. All right. I guess one other thing I should mention before we go into the site is if you check out the Instagram page, we've been doing some pretty cool mosaics. I guess January was the month of mosaics. And there's been some very neat posts by a lot of great content creators for, I don't know, it's either been like 8x8 mosaics or 16x16 maybe mosaics. I think they're mostly 8x8 though. But a lot of really cool designs for these mosaics. So if you want to check out my Instagram or check out a bunch of other people that are doing these January mosaics, there is some sweet looking designs out there. So a huge congrats to all the people on Instagram that are doing these month of mosaics. I thought it was a very, very cool concept. So pretty neat. A great way to get your creativity out without actually having to build like a giant mock or something. So very, very cool. We're going to jump over to scene 2 and the Lego site. Here we go. Okay, so just right off the bat, the gift with purchase has changed. So let's quickly go to offers and sales. This started a few days ago, and when will it be ending? It'll be going until January 13th, so you'll only have 3 more days actually. But if you weren't aware, you can get a Year of the Snake gift with purchase for a $90 Canadian threshold. Now, what's fun about that is you can actually go to Toys R Us. I would imagine all Toys R Us are the same. You can get this same exact gift with purchase for a threshold of $80. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money, maybe save $10 because you're not exactly sure what you want to buy, you can actually go to Toys R Us and get this for $10 cheaper threshold. So there you go. But it's a very cool little year of the, and this one is a snake little purchase. So yeah, it's pretty cool. 174 pieces in that. And then we still have the toucan, the tropical toucan. He's very cool as well. Ends on the 13th as well. It's a pretty sweet little poly bag. I really like this poly bag. I'd like to get my hands on 3 of these, but I'm definitely not doing it via gift with purchase. These are also at your local Toys R Us if you're in Canada. I would imagine yours, well, if you're in a more busy area, maybe they're not as many, but very cool little gift with purchase as well. I like to check out the sale section sometimes too. Nothing has really changed here though. These have all been here for quite some time, so pretty standard right now. We can quickly hop onto page 2. Yeah, it's just a bunch of keychains on page 2, but yeah, I do like to check the sale page as well when those update. All right, let's check the coming soon page, and we will see if there's anything else that's new that they have released since last week. A baby Ankylosaurus keychain, I believe that is new. No light on that one, but that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat. Ooh, here we go. We got a silver minifigure keychain. That's pretty awesome. I like that. I have the gold one somewhere. Actually, I think it's somewhere else. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got a Mushroom Girl keychain, and I really like these that they're doing. They brought out some Ninjago swords like this, and I believe these are just like pretty high quality, like foam and plastic. I really missed out on some of these Ninjago swords. These are really cool. So we got Mateo's Z-Blob sword and a Dragonian warrior axe. I don't exactly know how big these are. I wonder if it says in the description. I bet you it does. 20 inches long, so 52 centimeters long. That's pretty neat. I don't know. I really like these. I learned about these in the Ninjago variant a little too late because they sold out almost instantly. Oh, the Ninjago's got ninja double katanas coming out. That's pretty cool, and with a strap to hold them all in. That's pretty sweet. This one's a bit more expensive at $32.99 Canadian, but still pretty neat. Crossing katanas with sheath, the Imperium sword. So are these coming back? I thought these were all out of stock. Yeah, these and these katana with the sheath. That's pretty sweet. $40 for this one. Okay, so maybe they're kind of restocking these because these sold out really quickly the first time around. I wonder if there's many others in here. No, that's still pretty cool though. So yeah, if you're not aware of those and you'd like to get some of those for the kids, pretty neat. I like these brick keychains as well. So we got the bright bluish green, and the medium lavender. So there you go, 2x4 brick stud keychains. We got a decorative Easter egg. I feel like this one is new. I don't think I remember this one in the last week's episode. Maybe it was there. I have a bad memory sometimes. Arc Dragon of Focus, that seems new, but again, it could be there. Lloyd's Sword with Sheath is coming soon. That's pretty sweet. $25 for that one. Are the more expensive ones much bigger, or is it because of the sheath that it comes in? So 20 inches long, so I guess you're paying an extra $12 for the sheath on that one. And then we got Izzy's sword here down at the bottom. Izzy's sword, that one's got to be a little bit longer, isn't it? 20 inches long. No, they're about all the same size, just different prices. And then I guess if you get the sheath, there you go. So we'll quickly check out the new section because sometimes they like to hop in and bring new sets in here. I don't really see too much, just the great sets that we all know and love that have released on January 1st and all want to buy. I don't know if I went over this one. This one's really cool. I've seen it at Toys R Us. This has some glow-in-the-dark pieces, and I really like the 3 options for this one. I think this would be a great build around Halloween or something, but I like that spider build. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think anything is crazy new. Red Sports Car, I believe, is an older released. Yeah, and I never know if I should scroll through all these pages with you on here because I would feel like if there was something that was released for like a pre-order and is going to be on the new page, that they would put it on page like 1 preferably, but maybe page 2 if they're feeling spicy. But I feel like we don't need to go through all of these. But then at the same time, I feel like if we don't, and there is a new one that comes late in the game here in the pages, I feel like that would kind of suck if we miss it. But yeah, these are looking like pretty much all the new release stuff from January 1. So very cool sets coming out, though. There are so many neat sets that I just still cannot decide what I'd like to buy. I'll quickly click on these last couple just to say we did. We're getting into Duplo now. And then we're back into coming soon stuff. Quickly scroll through Balancing and Stacking Tree. That's kind of fun. And we got these books like we had before. I feel like that's kind of new. The Shadow the Hedgehog keychain. Here we go. We got the swords. We got the books. F1 collectible cars. What is that? What? Is this like CMFs for F1 cars? Coming soon on May 1st. There we go. Look at that. That is wild. All right, so this is like a CMF version of F1 collectible cars. What's the pieces? 29 pieces in these. That's kind of cool. Probably not going to come with a minifigure. I imagine the helmets are going to stick on to just, yeah, you can kind of see there's a cylinder stud underneath them, but that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in a CMF style with vehicles. I think that's really neat. And look at that, page 12 of of the new page, and I swear that wasn't on the coming soon page. I don't know. I gotta go back there and check it out. Where is it? Coming soon. Did I miss? Oh, I did miss it. F1 collectible cars right here. Look at that. I overlooked that. That is really cool. I think I might have thought maybe that was a Duplo set, but I don't know how I thought that. $5.99 F1 collectible race cars. That's pretty cool. On the coming soon page, but also page like 12 or 13 of the new section. So that's kind of strange. Go Lego go. Never cease to amaze me. All right, let's come back and see my face here. So there we go. That was New Bricks in the Bucket. Always amazed by that. All right, we'll end that there, and we're going to move into... I'm going to talk about friendship a little bit here, and the episode is called What is Friendship? I don't know if I can actually give that a definition, but something's been on my mind quite a bit lately, and I don't know if... I don't even know where to go with this. A long time ago, and I'm talking like going on 15 years ago now, I had a buddy, one of my best friends, literally, moved in with me. I let him move in with me because the place that he was living, I don't honestly even remember the exact details. It was either something along the lines of the landlord was selling the house, or the roommates that he had were all moving out and he couldn't afford it on his own. Something along those lines. So I said, you know what? Move in with me. And I was young, had just started my very young family, and let him move in with me. And I don't want to talk like badly about him, but I will just say, like, the situation, I didn't feel like our young family was being respected with. And again, I don't want to go into details. I don't want to, for any reason he ever watched this podcast, which I highly doubt he even would, because I haven't spoken to the guy in 13 years now, so I highly doubt he'll ever get his hands on this. But at the same time, I don't want to talk ill will of him. But yeah, I just felt like our young family just wasn't being shown respect in the situation that we were all found ourselves in. So this kind of went on for a couple months, and again, I can't even really remember too many specifics of it, but one thing I do remember is that we had written him a letter essentially asking him to move out. And we thought we did it in a very polite way. And it just... the whole situation just kind of blew up really quickly. I think everybody got a little defensive. He ended up moving out, but this whole situation ended up essentially ruining our friendship. And like I said, I haven't really talked to him since. Now, fast forward from then, probably 7 or 8 years, and apparently he had reached out to one of my parents. And my parents, the specific parent, had given him my number, and I didn't really like that. I was holding a grudge, I guess, and I basically said, like, I don't want to spark this up again. I don't feel a need to or whatever, and I just ended it. I said, nope, don't want to engage in this. And now fast forward another, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 years, it's been kind of creeping up in my mind. Like, did I overreact in this second instance? I don't think I overreacted in the first instance. We had to move past what was going on, and there was really only one way to do that, because I don't think his ways were going to change, and we just felt we had to kind of take care of ourselves first, and I think that was legit. But that second instance where I kind of said, like, nope, don't want anything to do with this, yeah, I kind of think about that sometimes, and I wonder, like, should I have just, forgiven him then and there and started it up again? So that's been kind of weighing on my mind a little bit here, and I've been thinking about him quite a bit in the past, I'd say 2 months. And yeah, I just don't know where to go with it, and like, it's something where I just feel like maybe I should reach out, but I'm also not sure what either of us would gain. I don't think there's anything really to lose, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about the situation, and I even ended up talking to, my partner at the time about the situation. Like, what did you remember from this? And even she was like, yeah, I honestly don't remember much. That was a long time ago. So I don't know. I'm sitting here wondering if I should reach out to an old friend that we kind of blew up and destroyed a friendship over, and I don't know. I kind of wonder if there's a way forward with that, or if it's just something that you should leave in the past and just accept that what has happened. So I don't know. Maybe if you guys want to give me some advice on that in the comments. I don't know. This is just something that I felt like I almost need to get off my chest, but I thought would make a good segment for the podcast here. And like, what have you done in the past? Have you had similar situations where you've had close friends and it's all blown up in your face? And I think one thing this has taught me is I will not let a friend move in with me for any permanent situation ever again, because I don't want it to ruin a friendship. You can be great friends living separately, but sometimes you just can't live together. So I think that it taught me one thing there. Like, I'm all for, if you need a place to stay for a short period of time, that's great. But there does become like a limit to that kind of stuff, where lives need to continue on and go back to normal, not just kind of stay stagnant with things like that. So yeah, I don't know. Friendship, what is friendship? What does it mean? Can it be fixed? Is it a lost cause sometimes? I don't know. We all make friendships, through these YouTube channels, and I think they're great, but these are almost different kind of friendships in a way. I don't know if, like, they can be broken in that same kind of way when you've got, like, a tight best friend and something like that happens. So, yeah, just kind of, I'll end it there, but yeah, that's been weighing on my heart, my mind a little bit lately, so I just kind of wanted to get that one off my chest. So there you go. There's my little bit of a story about a friend in the past. So The next set that we are going to be going and building this Sunday is going to be a good one. I'm pretty excited to build this one. I've had it for a bit. There's been many clues for this one, and Scott Davis, I'm pretty sure you nailed it. It is an X-wing. I didn't get a set number like I asked, but you know what? That's okay. I'm just hoping when we continue on with these clues about which sets we're going to be building next, I'm hoping we can get a set number. So this is the one 75301. We got Luke Skywalker's X-wing fighter. Pretty sweet little build. I'm actually pretty excited to build this one. So this one's going to be coming this Sunday, January 12th. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is Wednesday this week, January 15th, is going to be, we are going to continue building bits and pieces of the 3-in-1 castle right there. We built a little market stall, a tree with a target, and we started building some of that variant of the castle. So we're going to be coming back on Wednesday for that one, so that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we're going to go to the Q&A for this week's episode, and we only got one question. I think I only have one question left in the back pocket, and that is the bucket list from Seth still. And boy, am I slacking on that one. But we're going to answer Click and Cliff's question from last week. I'm going to do a water break for George here real quick because I can feel it. Feel it in the throat. But Cliff asked, do I build different brands of building blocks? I'll give you a very honest answer, Cliff. No. No, I do not. Personally, I have over the years. If anything, I was gifted nano blocks a while back from a buddy of mine because he knows I like Pokemon. So I was gifted a couple nano blocks. So I got me a Charmander, a Charizard, a Bulbasaur, and I believe a Squirtle somewhere. I have a few other ones, but I actually haven't built them yet. When I first started my channel, I was debating on should I live build some of these nano block sets. But I don't have very many, and they're very small. And, not to mention, they are super meticulous, I was literally at one point using tweezers to try and get some of these pieces on. So I'm like, I don't know if these would make great live build experiences. So I decided against it. I still have them. I really like those ones. They're pretty cool, pretty detailed. Because they're such small blocks, you can get a little bit more detail in with them. But no. The other thing, I have definitely had Mega Bloks in the past, but I just personally can't mix my Lego with Mega Bloks, and I've done it. Even the kids, they've gotten, when they were a lot younger, we used to mix all the Lego together, and then as they've started to get older, I kind of did the separation again, where kids have kids' Lego and daddy's got daddy's Lego. And that has become quite an experience when going through and sorting all of Daddy's Lego, because there has been a lot of Mega Bloks that I've had to separate out, and I just put it all aside, and there's some rather large bins of non-Lego that they can just kind of rummage through. Some of it I end up throwing out because they're not broken pieces or stuff that's just not compatible. And yeah, so no, I am pretty much, it's almost embarrassing to say, but I'm pretty much a Lego purist. I don't know, I can't do I think what it is I would totally build a non-Lego set and display it separately, but it would not be going and then getting mixed in with any of my Lego parts. So I think that's where I would kind of draw the line. I would totally build other building blocks. I personally don't go out and look for it. I really like Lego's quality The quality control they have, yes, they have, issues here and there, and I've complained about instructions sometimes, but I think overall Lego definitely has one of the best quality of bricks out there for staying together, going together. Even my buddy was complaining about one off brand that he was building, and he like literally had to hammer some of these plates together because they just would not fit nicely. Whereas Lego's pretty good. Like, there's times where I think maybe the only thing they could do better is trying to get them apart easier sometimes. But no, Cliff, I am definitely try to stick with just the Lego brand. Like I said, would definitely build other builds, but I'm not going out looking for them, and generally will not sort them with my Lego blocks. So hopefully that answers the question. It's probably not the answer I know a lot of people want to hear, but yeah, I don't know. It's been Lego for me as a kid. It's always been Lego, and I think honestly it just always will be Lego. I know it's expensive, but it's just one of those things. Like, everyone's got their hobby. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any recreational stuff like that. So my extra money, whenever I get some, and after savings and whatnot, it goes to my Lego hobby or my board game hobby, because we're pretty big into board games as well. But no, I definitely like that Lego logo on there. So there you go. All right, well, if you've made it this far in the podcast, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to leave me some comments down below for the Q&A section. Even if you're not going to like the answer that I'm going to give you, we can all have different opinions. I think that's okay, perfectly fine. Please remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Those are all things that really can help my channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if we can get there in the year 2025, I think that's going to be really, really cool. And yeah, I think that'll be great. We're going to build the El Dorado Fortress once we hit that 1,000 mark, so I'm really pumped for that one. So yeah, that's it for this one. This one's a little bit longer than the rest, but that's a-okay, I think. Really appreciate all of you. Thanks again for joining me, and we will see you on Sunday.